Good morning. Thanks for attending. This is Justin Ford with IAMS. We'll be starting here in a couple minutes. Got a couple people logging in, and we'll get moving here in about two. Good morning, and thank you for attending. Happy Monday morning. Got an exciting presentation here and some valuable information coming up with our partners at Cincinnati Life. Prior to getting into that, I want to, as we do have a diverse audience, as most of the time, we have a group of individuals here that may be with IAMS already and doing business. We certainly appreciate that. We also have others that may be looking into possibly joining IAMS. So I want to cover some of the material here we have that would be beneficial for both sectors before we get started, and then we'll transition over to discussing Worksite and Cincinnati Life's product line here. So again, thank you for joining. We are going to be covering this here. Let's see. There we go. So for those of you that are on the line that are taking a look at possibly joining IAMS or in the process or have recently joined within your first 180 days, would like to point out as a marketing organization, we know it's difficult at times to fully see the benefit of the full benefit of a partner as important as an IMO or marketing organization until you write your first case. You have to see the whole entire process through and through. From submission all the way through commission, partnering with your consultative sales collaborator here at IAMS as well. And with that being said, we have put together an incentive to allow that to happen as fast as possible and to compensate you for it. So during your first 180 days with IAMS, on top of your your commission through the carrier, we're going to pay you on pieces of business that you write at certain levels during that first 180 days. In the method of everything from cash and iPad to valuable marketing material, or even matching up or partnering with expenses on marketing programs that you're currently doing. On here, I've got the annuity levels listed out. For life insurance, it would be target premium, a tenth of this. So for the first level, 100,000 would be 10,000 in target premium, would get you the coverage or the equivalent of a 1,500 piece postcard mailing, an iPad, $750 in cash, or pre-formatted emails and a marketing analysis complete with a corporate identity package for your individual business. And it goes further, sky's the limit. When we get up to the $1 million level with business coming in for annuities, we go through and do a complete brand builder, look at getting you published, doing a dinner workshop, etc. If you have a question about this program, or if you just want to make sure that you are enrolled or have access to it, and know make sure your marketer knows here, reach out to your primary contact today at IAMS. Let them know that you heard about the new Producer Builders program, and they can tell you more. We can provide a document going through this and help you track towards getting those numbers. And we appreciate you joining and coming on board. In addition to that, you may have come to us as a referee, just like your practice. Many of our clients today have come to us via referrals and introductions from our existing producer group. We certainly appreciate that. In that note, too, we also want to compensate you for that. Every time I go through this program, I have people say, well, we don't need the compensation. I want to make sure that Joe or the person I'm referring is getting the same treatment I am, because they could really value from the services that I'm receiving, and we appreciate that. We're also going to pay you on top of it. The way this works is when you do refer somebody to us by reaching out to your primary business consultant here at IAMS, your marketer, we're going to pay you $50. We're going to do all the work, get the person appointed, take care of them, get them licensed with us. And once that happens, you're going to receive a $50 cash bonus for that licensing when they license with their first carrier. Beyond that, going forward, we're going to pay you basis points on their business for the life of the relationship with IAMS. Every time they write a case, we're going to pay you, as you can see the percentages down here, 20 basis points for indexed annuity, 0.15 for target on life, etc. and that does not come out of their pocket. That comes out of ours. So they're going to receive the same commission that they would normally, and you're going to receive that as a way to thank you for the referrals that you do bring in. So if you have interest in, if you do have somebody that is a producer that you wanted to refer to us, or you want to make sure you understand how the program works, or you have some questions about who may be a fit, please reach out to us, talk to your primary marketer here, and we'd be happy to help. Once you do business with us and it comes through, one of the first steps we're going to be able to shine in, as many of you know that have been doing business with us, we have one of the strongest service packages in the industry, everything from our 2-ring guarantee and live person answering versus voicemail, all the way through our back office support on both annuities and life with the case designs, the case management teams that we have set up for life insurance, long-term care, and annuities. And we also have everything set up on our website to be able to do your business building, your e-applications, which we'll talk about here in a second. And on the front end, case design specialists like myself for life insurance and long-term care, and the rest of the team for annuities and other lines of business. So essentially from application to commission, our back office support team is going to be able to assist you there. And I urge you to try them out and weigh in on their expertise. But a phenomenal team, gets our business paid quickly and keeps our advisors and agents happy. Speaking of e-applications, we are a member of Firelight as it relates to submitting annuity applications, and a couple of the life carriers like Allianz Life that use Firelight for their submission on their e-application. We also partner with IGO, which is an iPipeline company that you'll notice, which will be the majority of your life insurance e-submission e-applications will go through IGO. You can access both through our website, one convenient location, IAMSinc.com, and be able to track those cases, get them submitted, and get paid faster with less not in good order applications. So less errors, less to do, and faster to submission to commission. So take a look. If you're not registered for Firelight, talk to your primary consultant today or relationship here, or let me know. We can get you set up and quickly onto the Firelight system, as well as a tutorial for IGO. With Firelight, we're bringing on additional, they're constantly adding new companies on the list. Majority, I believe, of the annuity companies are on Firelight, but if you do have a question as to what companies or a company that you're writing a case on, if they're part of it, ask your annuity marketer today, and we'd be happy to help you out. On our, in addition to the website, we do have a on-staff creative marketing team that is on the bill here at IAMS, and their whole entire goal is to help you with your client engagement, help you with digital solutions, agency solutions, print material, marketing funnels, websites, social media marketing, how to optimize your website when people do a website search for you, everything to from a digital business card all the way through geofencing, where you can digitally lock down a company, as an example, in which maybe we had a bunch of people being laid off. We can put a digital geofence around that location and also market to those individuals directly. So from targeted digital solutions all the way through your typical print material, we can assist. If you have any questions about this, or you have a program or a strategy that you'd like to implement, you just need some additional help, reach out to your primary marketer today at IAMS, and we'd be happy to go through that and get you a consultation as well for a marketing analysis. On our website, as I mentioned before, we have a separate website for marketing. You may have seen if you just recently joined us that kind of goes through our commercial. For IAMSinc.com, what's behind the login, and if you haven't registered, reach out to us today. We can get you registered quick and easy for the site. If you are registered and maybe haven't taken a look recently at the site, I would point out, in addition to accessing term quote engines, forms online, links to industry news, annuity, lifetime income benefit rider payouts, actually shop for the top income payout on the indexed annuities with income riders. as well as information on long-term care insurance, single premium life, access to our e-application. We also have a section where we go through some pretty stellar sales tools. If you ever have a question, as an example, as I did earlier about Section 162 plans, um, with a business, or just a simple buy-sell agreement, as an example, or estate planning, special needs trust, those items, we have material that goes through what those concepts are, both to educate you and to help educate a client. If you're just needing some print material or white papers on those topics, you can access it via our website in the marketing corner. Give me a call or give us a call if you have any questions about how to access that material. But I find it very helpful, and there's a range of topics on there. You'd be surprised with the number of topics we have, and that material can be very helpful when helping a client better understand, as an example, the difference between critical and chronic illness accelerated benefits and 7702 compliant long-term care insurance benefits, just as another example here. But all that information is available on our website. I urge you to take a look at it here. Be happy to help if you have any questions, or if you'd like to get registered, just give us a call. In addition, on our website, when it comes to helping a client better understand, or helping you form that gap between education and understanding, we also have relationships with several companies, one of which is Retirement Analyzer. Retirement Analyzer is a program that allows you to, through a simple questionnaire, to extract the client's beliefs about where their retirement plan, where they'd like it to go, what they'd like retirement to look like for them, including all their assets, Social Security, lifestyle, etc. And the questionnaire allows you to quickly extract that from their questions and simply put together a simple report that shows them, if their plan were to play out the way it is scheduled today, how long would it last? What would retirement look like? What would the plan they believe to be true look like? And if there is an issue with that plan, as an example, if they didn't have quite enough funding, or if they were going to run out of income sooner than expected, you would know right then and right now, versus waiting till the day of retirement, therefore giving us an opportunity to fix any challenges that we have. Bright red line shoots across the year in which they'd run out of income, or the year in which a yellow line in the year in which they hit a certain bare minimum. And it will even point out an area where estate planning solutions may be a fit. When you have an opportunity, take a look at Retirement Analyzer. We've got some videos on our website under calculators. If you have any questions about getting access, or would like a consultation on Retirement Analyzer, please give us a call and let your primary contact here know. On the same note, we also partner with Stonewood. Stonewood software allows us to essentially take the 37-page Index Universal Life illustrations that we run for tax offset when we're trying to show future tax-free income, which is becoming very important, especially after all the changes with 7702 and the powers that be talking about tax changes in the future. This will allow us to summarize and compare that IUL solution to a qualified plan. So if a client currently has an ERISA plan, or an IRA, or a brokerage account and qualified money, this will allow them to take a look at what is the difference between the benefit, compare and contrast between pre-tax solutions like the ERISA plan and the qualified money accounts that most of us use to save for retirement, and the IRS-approved cash value within life insurance that would be tax-free. So funding it with after-tax dollars now to get a tax-free benefit in the future. Simply summarizes the illustration. Great sales tool if you have any questions about Stonewood, or if you're interested in overfunding Index Universal Life, or looking to enhance your presentation in that area and you're already doing that, please reach out to us here on the life insurance team at IAMS. Myself, Justin Ford, be happy to help, as well as the rest of the team, if you have any questions about utilizing Stonewood and how to get started with that as well. For those of you that may have an interest in switching to becoming a asset gatherer, if you will, and taking a look at whether you're in the process of getting your 65, have considered it and would like some help, or if you are currently, as an example, already a 65, maybe a registered investment advisor that would like to step away from the compliance headaches and have a group be an IAR underneath a registered investment advisor. We are here at IAMS Wealth Management. We have IAMS Wealth Management. We can help you with all those decisions. If you're looking at getting licensed on the front end, we can help you with the process of opening your U10, providing or talking with you and discussing what study material to get, and then also getting you placed here, as well as helping you with bringing over existing assets if you're already an established RIA or IAR, IAR in that case, and be able to help that transition, make it as smooth as possible. So if you have interest, reach out to us. We'd be happy to have Duncan or the rest of the team reach out to you and answer any questions that you may have. Of course, this helps with client retention, increased revenue because you're looking at a compliance complete wealth package, and just the ease of doing business. If you're currently doing annuity sales, the ability to control the assets and fund the annuities within your client's plan really does put you at the top of the planning relationship, enhancing the rest, client relationships being strengthened, etc. And we'd be happy to help. So reach out to us today if you have interest in IAMS Wealth Management, and we can get you any answers that you need. To the fun stuff. So we do an annual trip. This year we are, our trip right now, our qualification period is in the running for coming up here for our cruise to Rome and Sorrento. We, unlike a lot of the IMOs that I've partnered with in the past, have been partnered with, typically we see a 1-year qualification period for these things, a calendar year. We're a little different in the fact that we do longer than that. We do a 1.5 years. So for those of you that are joining us new, you still have some opportunity to get some business in to qualify for that trip. If you have any questions about the Producer Summit qualification, where you may stand now, if you're writing a producer with us, or if you're looking at submitting business, want to make sure it's within the timeline because you'd like to attend the trip, reach out to us today. Now, talk to your primary contact here at IAMS about the Top Producer Summit coming up. Be happy to see you there and answer any questions you may have. Speaking of events, as we've started to clean things up, without mentioning the P-pandemic word, we have opened back up our Annuity and Life Academies, 2-day producer training in which we go through sales ideas from typically 4 top producers, indexed annuities, life insurance, large case with life insurance marketing, business insurance concepts, as well as giving you an opportunity to rub elbows with others in your trade, which is absolutely invaluable. We have some events coming up here in April and also in May. If you haven't already registered for those events and you'd like to, one of which is in Chicago, one's in Des Moines, Iowa, please reach out to your primary contact today and we can get you on the list for that or future events. As seating is limited, let us know and we can get you on the list if you have interest in 2-day training using our Life and Annuity Academy. And with that being said, I'm going to introduce our speaker for today to get to the meat of the presentation. And had an opportunity and a pleasure to work with Major here with Cincinnati Life, and I'm going to be switching over control over to you here, Major, and allowing us to take a look at your side of the house. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Should be able to access. There we go. Okay.
Able to see my screen, Justin?
I can. Perfect. You're doing good. This is good. Well, welcome aboard, and I'll let you take the show.
All right. Let me figure out how to get rid of this here. We certainly appreciate the time, everybody. We'll look to keep this more interactive, more short. My name is Major Bernhold. I'm a regional director with Cincinnati Life. I've been on the team now for about 7 years. Before we jump into the presentation, there's 2 other individuals on the call with me from Cincinnati. I would like for them just to give a quick introduction of who they are, what they can do. Me being a regional advisor with Cincinnati, more of a generalist. I can work on everything from the $200 term cases all the way to, we just submitted a $30 million case last week to our Worksite program, which we're going to discuss. Jamie or Chris, are you able to unmute?
Hey, Major, it's Chris. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, we got you, Chris.
All right, great. Well, good morning, everyone. I'll be brief. So my name is Chris McCauley, just like Major. I am a regional, but I am on a team that specifically works to support our brokerage general agencies. So whereas you have Major as your dedicated person, I'm here to support Major. I'm here to support insurance agency marketing services to make sure things are going smoothly from an operational standpoint. So if anything needs special attention, I'm here to help make sure that takes place. So you're in great hands with Major, but I just wanted to speak to this brokerage team quickly because it really, I think, demonstrates Cincinnati's commitment to the independent brokerage agents out there. So Major, I know that was quick. If there's anything that I can do to help support, I'm happy to do it, but I'll turn the floor back over to you.
Thank you, Chris. Jamie, did you have anything to add?
I do, sure. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, we got you.
Okay, great. Yes, thank you for the opportunity to join you guys today. My name is Jamie McHugh. Just like Chris and Major, I am a regional in the Cleveland area, and I am part of our brokerage team, as Chris mentioned. We really worked over the last year to build out a brokerage team to be able to be there to support your agencies and to support Major. So my role on the team is I am more of an operations specialist, if you will, for our brokerage relationships and more of a liaison between Major, Chris, the agencies, and our new business team at home office. So I support the rollout of some of our new programs, anything regarding e-delivery, drop ticket, I can provide support. Anytime there's some type of escalation where I can step in and help Major and Chris to get a problem resolved, that's kind of where my role fits best. So like Chris and Major both mentioned, we've worked to build out that team just to make sure you have the resources available to you. So looking forward to working with you guys more, and thanks for the opportunity to join you this morning.
Perfect. Thanks, Jamie. We'll just take it from the top with, our goal for a successful call today is that you learn a little bit more about Cincinnati Life, learn how we can help you place business, and a little bit more about our Worksite marketing program, which we've had a lot of success with within IAMS, and Justin, he can also chime in when we get to that. A little bit of background about Cincinnati. If you have never heard of Cincinnati Insurance, it is predominantly a property casualty insurer dedicated to the independent agent market. We value independent agents. We view them as our key customers, and the same applies on the life insurance side. We will never go direct to the customer. We always want to go through agents. We recognize there's a huge advantage in utilizing agents like you. A+ rated by AM Best, Fitch, very financially strong. With Cincinnati, I will always emphasize the relationship. We put the relationship before any transactional value. We see a lot of emphasis in giving you direct access to all of your home office associates, underwriters, case managers. If you do need to get a quick quote like that, you can run through Justin. If you have my information, always feel free to reach out. We work hand in hand. A little bit of high-level overview about Cincinnati's products. We do use actual age, not age nearest, and so that can provide some significant savings to your clients, especially when they get older in age. We would probably view our ideal client as being somebody, business owner between the ages of 45, 65, going back to that property casualty component, we're a large commercial insurer. So thinking along those lines of, targeting business owners, what kind of accounts a property casualty agent would come across. The life insurance company, I think it was mentioned last week that we were in the top 30 writers of term insurance in the country. So yes, we are a property casualty affiliate, but we're able to stand on our own. We do go through brokerages. We go also through some property casualty agencies that might be in your community. I'll save the tobacco classification for the next slide because I do have one slide on that. All of our commissions very competitive, just along with all the other carriers, but I would say the two items that really make Cincinnati stand out. Number one, we do pay renewals on term insurance. So a lot of people write term insurance to one-time payout. With Cincinnati, we believe every time that client writes a check to Cincinnati, you should be making a commission. And so we do pay renewals on all products. And then we also have a fully commissionable policy fee. I know like that our minimum on term insurance is $25,000. Sometimes when you're writing those smaller face amounts, or, you know, a $250,000 term case on a 30-year-old, other carriers will, you know, take that policy fee out of consideration when they're paying commissions. We don't play any games. We don't do those gimmicks. We keep it all included. Speaking of the tobacco classification, the only thing Cincinnati considers to be a cigarette user would be, or I should say a smoking risk would be cigarettes, e-cigarettes, and sometimes marijuana. And so the noticeable things that are missing, cigar users, pipe smokers, chewing tobacco, they can all test positive for nicotine and still get a non-smoker rate. You can see here, you know, non-smoking tobacco. If somebody chews tobacco, you look at the little chart there, non-smoking tobacco can go all the way up to standard plus. Don't worry about taking notes. Justin has the information. I have the information. We can always help you with the case, help you find the best place for it. Once again, high-level overview of our products. Term, we're meant to be very competitive and writing somebody for the product they should be buying. And so we try to use our pricing trips. You know, if somebody is 35 years old looking for $500,000 of term coverage, we view that as they should be buying a 30-year term. And so we want to be number one in the 30-year term market for that individual. Compared to, say, a 10-year term, you know, if we're number 3 on a 10-year term, the price difference is not going to be that great for a 35-year-old. And so we are very specific in what business we are going after, but we try to remain broadly competitive. Return of premium, we're one of the few life insurance carriers that offers a return of premium product in the market. Great for business owners, great for people that are looking to store cash on the balance sheet, young professionals that might view term like they're throwing their money away. This gives a great alternative. Permanent products, I think we have one of the most competitive non-participating whole lives right now in the market. The shorter pay duration, so single pay, 10 pay, pay to 65, are going to be more competitive in cash value. We do offer annuities, only fixed rate, nothing indexed, nothing variable. I always say with Cincinnati, this product portfolio right here is meant to be plain vanilla. It's meant to be easy to understand, easy so we can explain it to you, so you can explain it to your clients, that nobody's ever going to get tripped up by saying something that's not true. We do offer support. I know Justin mentioned business planning in his opening segment. We do have attorneys on staff. We have specimen documents that we can hand out if you are working with a client that, you know, is wondering, you know, how will a buy-sell benefit me? We have case studies available, 1 or 2 pages to keep it short. If they're working with their attorney and they're working with the local attorney that doesn't really draw up a whole lot of buy-sell agreements, we have sample legal documents that they can look to for the wording. They can't actually use the documents, but they can be used as a reference. And so that was, I know, a lot of information about our overall company. We will open it up at the end for Q&A, or feel free to come off mute at any time and ask a question. One of the things that really prompted this call was working with Justin on our voluntary life insurance program. Cincinnati, we call it Worksite Life Insurance. Fairly new product to Cincinnati. We've only been in the market for 50 years with it, but we still think the sky is the limit. A lot of growth opportunity. You can see we have over 4,000 groups in force. The majority of them are small businesses, under 300 lives. What this product is all about is guarantee issue life insurance. No medical questions, no qualifiers beyond the business has to offer, or has to have 15 employees that are working 20 hours a week or more. So if you're a 25-person manufacturer, we would be able to come in and offer life insurance with no medical questions. You can see there, no cost to the employer, family coverage, so employee, spouse, children, grandchildren. We fully recognize that some individuals in the group are chronically ill. You know, if somebody is, you know, on manufacturing line 2, they're 54 years old, they're a type 2 diabetic, not in great health, maybe poor height, weight, they can get coverage with no medical questions. And so it just comes down to what their age is. The guidelines we typically look at are ages 18 through 50, $100,000 of life insurance, no questions asked. 51 through 60 is 75,000, and ages 61 through 70 is 25,000. The guarantee issue guidelines do not change. So whether at the bottom there, whether you have a group of 15 or 150, we keep it consistent. Some of you may be playing in the benefits space and might be wondering, well, you know, how is this different than group life insurance? Group life insurance is more one size fits all, controlled by the employer, possibly a certificate held there at the employer that everybody working here gets $25,000 of coverage. That coverage is great. We really like to see group life enforced because everybody has something at that point. We never look to replace it. We always typically write our coverage right on top of it as a supplemental. With Cincinnati Life, it's the employee's decision to participate. We do not have a participation requirement. So some of the other carriers, you know, you might need to achieve 45% or 50% participation to offer no medical questions. With Cincinnati, let's say we have a group of 50 employees, and let's say the worst, let's say we have one employee sign up. One employee out of 50, it would still be guarantee issue for that one individual, but we would be looking for 50 signatures coming back to us saying either yes or no on the product. We're just looking to make sure everybody gets a fair shake on the program, that if they're not interested, they do know what they're signing off on. But we also know if we do our job correctly, we should be at that 40 to 50% to sign up. If we went out to a group of 25 or 50 employees and one person signed up, we're not going to penalize the agent if something went wrong in the group, but we would look at it and say, you know, what went wrong? You know, did we not have support from management? Was there not that internal champion? Was it a poor industry fit? That would be an extreme outlier to have that low of participation, because usually, you know, my need is different than Chris's need. It's different than Jamie's. It's different than Justin's. Some of us might want coverage on a spouse while not getting coverage on ourselves. That's okay. I might want coverage just on me as the employee. That's okay too. So it's really an a la carte option when it comes to participation and how people can select a policy. Like we mentioned before, guarantee issue, no medical questions. What sets this apart truly from group insurance is they are individually owned, fully portable for the workplace. And so oftentimes you'll hear with group insurance that it's portable. I typically ask, has an employee ever taken it with them? Often we see no employees taking it with them unless they were terminal because the price changes. Group life might be $2 a week, and when you go to take it, you know, it might jump to over $1,000 a month. It can be very hard for people to plan for that in their budget. So usually nobody takes group life insurance with them. With our program, we hope they continue the product when they leave. If I have a 20-year term policy and it's costing me $10 a week, I know if I leave, it's going to be $40 a month. The price doesn't change, the product doesn't change, it locks in when you sign up. You can see several different product options there. You know, going back to group life, one size fits all, typically term. In our program with Cincinnati Life, they get to choose term, whole life, or return of premium. And so that's also a driver, especially in the people that are over age 50. They're looking for that permanent option. They've gone the route of term, they've paid that money, and they think, where's my coverage? Giving them a whole life option, in fact, giving them a whole life option that they can have paid up at 65, as you see there, is really an added benefit that the employer is offering, something that's unique, something you get for working at manufacturer A that you don't get across the street at manufacturer B. Reminder, guarantee issue as low as 15 employees, who we define as eligible as working 20 hours a week or more. And so here's a sampling of what we're seeing with cases. I know, to give a little background, the case that I'm working on now with Justin, one of his agents is a financial advisor, has a relationship with a large manufacturer, and the manufacturer has 7 locations across, I think it's 4 states, Justin. But anyway, 500 employees.
Correct.
The agent is looking at it from the standpoint of, you know, I have this great relationship. how can I drive revenue within that group? We can provide the expertise. We can come out and do the enrollment for you. It's meant to be passive income. You bring in the experts, they can enroll the group. In this example, 500 employees, 4 states. Our enrollment team is planning on meeting with them all within 1 week. And so that financial advisor is thinking, I cannot meet with 500 people in a month, much less a week. I'm going to bring in the experts. We can help with this. If it's a smaller group, 25, 50, 100 lives, we're more than happy to work with you, train you on how to do it if you do want to be self-sufficient. Everybody from Cincinnati Life that's on this call, Jamie, Chris, myself, we are all non-commissioned salespeople. And so if a group does not fit with us, we'll be the first ones to say, hey, we don't think it's an opportunity for Cincinnati. Have you ever looked at, carrier X? We want it to be a success for you. We're not looking just to, fit the square peg into the round hole. We truly want it to be a success for everyone involved, including the employees. But you can see here, taking an average participation, if we have a 40% hit rate at a $10 a week payroll deduction, what kind of premium can be generated out of these groups? Going back to, if you've never done an enrollment before, if you're not a benefits producer, I'd say, don't let that slow you down. Thinking about where Cincinnati Life is coming from, a large part of our market comes from property casualty agents that are not full life agents. They're not financial advisors. They have success with this program because it's simple. It's simple. They can offer it as an add-on to a business owner when they're talking to them. If you're doing a buy-sell, we just did one for a dental office. Three dentists, their buy-sell. Hey, we took care of you, Mr. Owner. Who's taking care of your employees? And so it can really become a powerful pitch that you're looking to take care of them. You're looking to make sure, nobody has to have a GoFundMe. That this program enables everybody to get coverage, regardless of medical issues, and it's going to fit within their paycheck.
And on that note, Major, I appreciate it. With the advisor that you were referring to that we're working on, the professionalism that you guys bring to the table when it relates to the enrollment has led to nothing but smiles on his face and a beneficial relationship with the HR manager. So as he does go back through there and flesh out other retirement needs for his asset side of the business, he couldn't be more pleased. And you guys have taken the heavy lifting off, but I think that's something to note. Your level of professionalism is a big part of that, as well as an operational expense that they don't have to foot because there's going to be more assets to uncover. So we couldn't be happier with with the way that's going so far.
We certainly like to hear that, Justin. And I'll pick on you. Say Justin has his own insurance agency, Ford Insurance. When our enrollment team is brought in, we are an extension of your agency. The employer, the employees, they view it. We are part of your team. We have handed out marketing flyers before, business cards to make sure, if there is other business there, 401k rollovers, individual health insurance, if there's disability insurance, maybe somebody says, this is great. I don't need 50,000 in coverage. I need 500,000 of coverage. Making sure that relationship remains intact so that you're able to help them with all of the other business that comes up from these enrollments. Thinking about where some of these target industries come in, I always say anything that is blue to gray collar, so manufacturing, car dealerships, dental offices, healthcare, nursing homes have historically been great markets for us. Places where it's tough. We usually don't have great luck with municipalities or school districts. It's often hard to get in there when unions already have such great benefits. Picking on a school system, it can be a little tough. Does the superintendent let us in? Does the treasurer let us in? Does the school board let us in? Sometimes it can just create confusion as to who's really driving the ship in those groups, where a manufacturer, a car dealership, better control over the environment. Not as many people are chasing those employees. We truly see a benefit in just going out, talking to them. Once again, our only requirement is that we see every employee. So if we go out to a 60-person car dealership, we are looking to have a conversation with all 60 employees. You know, if Sally doesn't want to sign up and Sally says, you know, I'm just not interested, that's probably going to be about 10 seconds to get her signature that she's not interested. If Tom does want to sign up, Tom's going to spend about 10 minutes with us. We know it's important to keep it moving within these groups. Like that manufacturer, we are not looking for them to stop production. We're very experienced in making sure we get people in and out. We've done enrollments at 5 in the morning for the first shift. We've done them at midnight for the third shift. We are there. Justin, any questions or any questions from the audience? We certainly appreciate your time this morning.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. That's been great. I would also point out with the structure of your term insurance, one of the only companies out there that still does have a return of premium feature on term that seems to be of interest, and then also the way that you guys pay compensation. In addition to your front end, there is a period of time, the first 10 years on your term, that you do get paid compensation as well. So if you have questions about that, you can reach out and speak with us on the IAMS team here. We can relay that back, but that's an added benefit on your competitive term insurance, as well as the return of premium. So I appreciate your time today as we move. And we do have some questions here. What we'll be doing is reaching back out to everybody. If you do have questions, please place them in. We're going to be reaching out to those of you that have generated or have requested additional information. I'm going to go through some polling questions here, and then we'll tie Major back in and can get your contact information out as well. So I appreciate your time, Major. I'm going to go ahead and do these polling questions real quick while I've got you on the line. And I'm going to switch this back over to me here. There we go. Okay, so the first question in our polling questions today, I'll give you a little bit of time, and here we go. Are you currently licensed with IAMS? And it's going to be our first one here, and a little bit of time to respond. Looks like everybody's getting in there. Appreciate that. And again, we'll use these responses here in our calls out to you here. And then, could this product meet the needs of any of your clients? So whether that be an interest in the worksite marketing, Monday, worksite marketing, term insurance with our return of premium, or just term insurance solutions in general. I say term only, but we've also got some of that underwriting with Major had mentioned as a benefit to their other portfolio. But if you have interest in the overall products, indicate that, and we'll get you the material on it as we begin to reach out to you here. And as we're collecting responses, we'll close this one here in a second. Go. Thank you for your time on that. And then, would you be interested in, if you're not already contracted with, would you be interested in contracting with Cincinnati Life? So if you have an interest, whether you're with us or not, or if you just don't know if you're licensed with them yet, just indicate if you would like to license, and we'll make sure that Chris and the team in licensing get the link out to you through Assurance Bay to approve, and then we can get you the material, answer further questions on there. And then as we reach back out to you, if you do have a situation that you think may be a fit for this, for the worksite concept that Major had mentioned, we'll be reaching out to you. Definitely bring that up with your marketer, that life insurance marketer, myself, Tony, Beth. I'll be reaching out to you here, Greg, throughout the day, and we can get a case started with Major's help. But I appreciate everything. Further questions, we'll be reaching out to you. And Major, thank you again very much for your time today here on a Monday, and look forward to seeing what we can help folks with and generate some more interest. I'll be back on the phone with you.
Thanks, Justin. Enjoy the time change.
Oh yes, yeah, you were welcome. That one didn't catch me off guard. I don't know if anybody else did. I kind of showed my age when people were asking me all day, "Have you changed your clocks over?" I asked a friend of mine, and she said that's automatically done. So apparently, apparently, I still have an old school setting clock that I will never hear the end of. But definitely, if you haven't already, forward your clocks forward and enjoy it as well. Have a great week. We look forward to working with you. And again, appreciate your business, appreciate your partnership, and appreciate your time. And very much so the folks at Cincinnati Life today, all of you, appreciate you too. And thank you, Major, for your time and helping on this case. We'll be talking soon.